getting crushed before the gate opens, to being trampled twice by the same bull. These are 10 bull rides that went horribly wrong. At number 10, Mike Lee hung up on Long John.
And I think this may be Bushwhacker's replacement. This is a
Sweet Pro's Long John blew out of the chute and pile drove Lee straight into the arena floor, face first, like a lawn dart.
46.25 tie, the bull score, and every point of it earned.
It looked devastating, because it was. But if you think that was bad, Cody Lostro at number 9 got wrecked before his ride started.
Coming off an 0 for 2 performance in Thackerville, and that'll wake.
The gate never opened. The damage happened anyway. Yep, that was a nightmare scenario. Now that we're talking about pre-ride disasters, Ben Johns at number 8 learned what Rusty Zipper's horns felt like at round 1 of the 2015 PBRB DT in Ontario, Canada.
Ben.
He got jerked forward and caught a direct hit, falling off. No joke, that horn shot connected clean. And while Johns took one hit, Cody Nance at number 7 got launched after he was already down.
Meaning that bull's really leaning against the backside.
Hijack bucked him off at the 2012 Tulsa Invitational. Then the bull turned around and charged back, sent Nance flying through the air. One hit on the ground, one in the air, and I hope the second one was worth the replay value. Although that double shot was rough, Stormy Wing at number 6 took a different kind of beating at the Duluth Invitational.
Also going the bull's way.
Western Hauler threw Wing down, then he came down head first. The bull stepped on him. Then bullfighter Jesse Byrne rushed in and caught a hit too.
Right there, wraps around his wrist, brings him right down underneath him on the side of his head.
That's Jesse Byrne, as I mentioned, the purple.
There was definitely no walking away clean from that chaos. While Wing got stepped on once, Mike Lee's wreck at number 5 felt like deja vu in the worst way.
Second ride, let's do a little running. Come on, Mike Lee.
Lee drew Fast Freddy at the 2015 Velocity Tour Finals in Louisville. The bull had a mean streak and Lee knew it going in. Lee bucked off and thought he was clear. Fast Freddy ran straight over him. Then the bull circled back around.
And Mike Lee stepping off. Whoa, look out.
Second pass, same target. Fast Freddy trampled Lee again, 2 times in one ride. Getting run over once is bad luck. Twice means you're the target. Lee understood that difference real quick. The worst part was seeing the bull turn around and knowing what was coming. Fast Freddy made his point twice. Lee said afterward, "Once would have been enough, but that bull wanted to make sure I remembered him. Mission accomplished." He recovered, but that ride stayed with him. 2 tramples will do that. At number 4, Valdiran de Oliveira experienced the kind of collision that erases memories. The 2013 Boise Invitational started normally. Valdiran climbed on Stanley Powerlock in round 2, ready to compete. The bull had other plans. Stanley Powerlock bucked Valdiran off hard. Then the bull came back and delivered a shot that shut everything down. Valdiran landed on the corner of his head and shoulder, out cold instantly.
Actually,
You see, it lands right on the corner of his head and his shoulder.
He dropped on the dirt and didn't move. Stanley Powerlock had hit him with precision. When Valdiran came to, pieces were missing. The ride existed only in video footage. His brain had deleted the whole sequence. "I know what happened because people told me," Valdiran said after. "I saw the video multiple times, but my brain won't let me access those moments. Stanley Powerlock hit me so hard my mind just erased it completely." The injury forced a long break. But when you land on your head like that, rushing back isn't an option. He eventually returned, but that wreck stayed with him. Now, even though Valdiran defied gravity in one moment, Brady Olson at number 3 suffered through every agonizing second of his wreck.
to it. Hold on.
Brady Olson.
Olson faced Americana at the 2015 Big Sky event thinking he'd make the 8. Americana had different plans. His hand got tangled in the rope. His leg stayed on too. He was stuck, completely helpless while Americana went to work. The bull jerked him violently. Olson couldn't free himself, couldn't protect himself. Then Americana bucked him off and the horns connected, but the bull kept going.
Folks, how about a big
Americana whipped around and charged, ran straight over Olsen and the bullfighter who'd positioned himself as a shield.
bullfighters?
There it is.
The sustained attack was what made it horrible. It wasn't one hit, it was a series that kept coming while Olsen was powerless to stop any of it. Being hung up strips away all your training, Olsen explained afterward. You're just stuck there taking whatever the bull wants to give you. Americana gave me plenty. The experience changed his approach to riding, made him more cautious about hand positioning. I think about that ride every time I wrap my hand now, he admitted. Americana taught me what happens when you can't get free. I don't want to learn that lesson twice. Brady Olsen survived through luck, but what Lachlan Richardson experienced at number 2 showed how quickly things escalate.
The Aussie.
Richardson drew Fire Rock at the 2015 Albuquerque Invitational, knowing the bull's reputation. Fire Rock was the kind riders discussed before the draw. Richardson climbed on anyway. Round 2 started with intensity. Fire Rock launched Richardson into the air. The crowd gasped loud. Then Richardson came down hard.
Wow. Boy, look out, he is stunned.
But Fire Rock wasn't done. He whipped around and ran him over with deliberate force. Richardson felt every bit of that collision. When he got up, the damage inventory started. Ribs, shoulder, back, everything hurts. Fire Rock didn't hold back, Richardson said during recovery. That bull came at me with everything he had. The launch was one thing. The stomping after was something else entirely. Richardson stayed out longer than he wanted. The injuries demanded time away from competition. Sitting out gave him too much time to replay that moment when Fire Rock sent him skyward. You can't let one wreck define your career, he said, but you also can't ignore what it teaches you. Fire Rock taught me plenty, and he came back eventually, more cautious, more respectful of what these bulls can do when everything goes wrong. Now at number 1, Eduardo Aparecido took the most devastating hit.
He has been in the championship round a lot.
It was the championship round in Springfield. Everything was on the line. Eduardo drew David's dream and knew this ride would determine everything. Eduardo settled onto the bull with focus. Then the gate opened. The ride lasted seconds before Eduardo lost his seat. He bucked off and hit the ground thinking the worst was over.
A challenge button.
David's dream proved him wrong. The bull turned and charged at full speed. Eduardo didn't have time to move. David's dream freight trained Eduardo directly in the back with maximum force. The impact folded Eduardo straight down to the dirt.
Press the challenge button. Here, I saw that.
The arena fell silent, that heavy silence that follows something brutal. His back had absorbed the full brunt of a 2,000-pound animal at top speed. Getting to his feet took effort. Walking took more. Every movement reminded him of that moment when David's dream made contact. That hit changed my perspective completely, Eduardo said days later while recovering. I've been bucked off hundreds of times. Nothing compared to what David's dream did. That bull hit me like I was the only thing standing between him and freedom. The recovery stretched longer than any previous injury. Eduardo couldn't rush it. His body wouldn't allow it. The mental recovery took even longer. Every time he closed his eyes, he saw David's dream turning, saw the bull charging, felt that impact all over again. You can heal bones and bruises, Eduardo explained. Healing the part of you that doesn't want to get back on, that takes longer. I'll ride again, he said. But I'll never forget Springfield. I'll never forget David's dream. That bull earned my respect in the most painful way possible. Eduardo Aparecido knows exactly what happens when everything goes sideways. He's taken the worst hit, survived the recovery, dealt with the questions that come after something like that. Because bull riding strips away everything eventually. Your confidence, your health, your certainty that you'll walk away intact. David's dream proved that in Springfield. Eduardo paid for that championship round with weeks of recovery, with pain that lingered, with memories he can't shake. But he's still riding, still competing, still nodding for the gate despite knowing exactly what's waiting on the other side. And that's what makes riders different. They've seen the worst, felt it, and they still choose to climb on. The bulls will always be dangerous. The wrecks will always be possible, but the desire to ride doesn't go away just because you've been destroyed once.